Howdy, James here from Kicksamami, and I'm back to another review. In front of me I have probably one of the cooler pairs of sneakers that I've kind of picked up over the last few months. This is the Adidas Climacool 3D, so essentially it is a 3D printed shoe, which I know with the kind of technology advancing we're probably going to see a lot more of in the future, but as of right now it's probably one of the few out there that have really kind of been mass produced and made to the market. So before I get the shoe out of the box, if you could please hit that subscribe button, I really would appreciate it. Then also follow me along on Instagram, TikTok, and other socials at Kicksamami. Okay, so I'm going to take the shoe out of the box. We'll take a look at it. We'll see what you think. So start off relatively plain box, but kind of what is kind of cool is the shoe comes in this kind of packaging, which is essentially just a silver with the Adidas logo on it, but it's something slightly different. It isn't air sealed, so when I first opened it, it's just like any other Ziploc, but it's not sealed shut necessarily. In case those who are maybe buying on the secondary market wants to make sure if the shoes have been maybe opened or worn, is that you wouldn't be able to tell if the bag has been opened prior. Okay, so here it is. Here is the Adidas Climacool 3D, and again, like I said, completely 3D printed, along with then like the Climacool concept. So essentially, it is just multiple strands that have been fused together to make this kind of actually quite a cool looking shoe, even if it wasn't 3D printed. If this was in any other material, kind of especially with the increase in kind of the mules that are being used by people and the slides. We have recently Nike released their Rejuvenate recovery shoe, kind of very similar to that, but it's kind of holes all the way through it, which obviously is the Climacool aspect. So from any angle, from the sole, from the side, from the top, everywhere, air can just kind of flow through the shoe. So with obviously summer just around the corner, great option to kind of wear on a daily basis. Interesting fact, it's not really a fact, the shoe really only comes in US half sizes, so 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, which are full sizes for kind of the European market in terms of the UK sizing, as Adidas there's only half a size difference between the UK and the US. With Nike it's a full size. So I got a UK 9, which is US 9.5. I'm usually a US 10, so I would have had to go for a 10.5. I was between the two. I'd read a couple of reviews in regards to the fit being kind of tight but also stretchy, so I went with the size down. I have tried them on. They are pretty tight. I did wear them with a pair of socks, not too tight that I couldn't wear them, so that's probably the main thing. If you have maybe a wider foot and you're an Adidas US 10, you might want to go with the 10.5. If you're more of a narrow foot and you're a US 10 normally, then the US 9.5 would probably be sufficient. Didn't try them without without socks yet. We'll see if that feeling is kind of different, but I have a feeling this could be a shoe that you probably normally wear without socks. So again, then if you are a US 10, then the US 9.5 pair probably would be sufficient. Kind of hard to see in the detailing necessarily. I'll try and take some closer photos, but it does give you like 3 stripes that have been put into the side of the shoe. So from different angles you get to see that. But for a retail price of $150 for kind of the technology that's being used, I don't think it's terrible. I know that Kith are apparently coming out with their own collab of this, which I think had a couple, like a little more of a silver detail to it, which would be kind of cool. But I know that Nike are also going to be releasing their first 3D printed shoe soon, so it just kind of allows for different designs, different detailing, and just like a different fabric as a whole to be designed. So let me know your thoughts. If you do have any questions on the shoe itself, as I know it's something different, feel free to reach out. I will take some closer photos and eventually post some on-foot shots, more than likely on my Instagram account. So make sure you're following along, and also hit that subscribe button for future releases. But until then, until I'm back with my another review, thanks for checking.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wait.